Hello, fellow duelists. This is Shadow of the Moon, and today I'm going to be showing you a deck profile on the Blue Eyes White Dragon for GOAT format. Now, I'm actually really excited about doing this video because, for one thing, as you know, the only other GOAT deck that I have is my Harpy Lady deck, which I've already shown off on the channel. This is actually my wife, Dolphy's deck. So, anything in here that you may not approve of, or you may not really like, whatever. This is personal player preference. This is what she likes. This is how she plays. And honestly, it's really fun to actually play with the Blue Eyes deck, even in GOAT format, because believe it or not, it's pretty easy to get Blue Eyes White Dragon out on the field, even without like ancient rules and all the other stuff nowadays that like let you special summon the Blue Eyes and stuff from like the hand, deck, or graveyard. This is way before that. Before that, pretty much only way to be able to special summon Blue Eyes was through Kaiba Man or to bring it back from the graveyard if you discarded it. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive straight on into it. So first, you're going to obviously have 3 copies of the Blue Eyes White Dragon, the ultimate creature of destruction. 3,000, it's always good to run 3 in the deck because honestly, this is how the deck is going to work. And 1 copy of Tyrant Dragon. This is a great card because this makes it to where your opponent cannot activate trap. It's not cannot be affected by trap cards, and if it destroys a monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can attack again during the same battle phase. So it is a level 8 and it's 29, so it's a 100 points weaker than the actual Blue Eyes, but it has an amazing effect, and it's a very good card with this deck. And then 3 copies of Fulseer Dragon, the dual mode beast. This is a great level 7 extender because I do run Metamorphosis in this deck, or she does. And what this will do is this will cut its attack in half, making it a 1400, but the object is to be able to use Metamorphosis on this to get out your King Dragoon. And King Dragoon is going to allow you to special summon your Blue Eyes and your other Dragon-type monsters from the graveyard. Then we have 3 copies of Luster Dragon. This is a great beater. This is a 1900. Honestly, can get over most stuff except for like Berserk Gorilla and everything, or Zombie the Dark, but it's still 1900 is an amazing level 4 monster. And then we've got 2 copies of Mirage Dragon. It cannot, your opponent can activate trap cards during the battle phase when it attacks, making it very useful. And it is 1600, so it is actually still very good. So the object would be to like have a Blue Eyes White Dragon, and then you bring this guy out on the field, and this guy can attack, and they're not going to be able to activate trap cards during the battle phase. And then 3 copies of Shining Angel. Shining Angel is such a good tech card in this deck. This is what's going to help you go into Kaiba Man, because the Kaiba Man is a light type, so when it's destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, it's a great extender and floater because it's going to allow you to go into Kaiba Man. And Kaiba Man, when he's on the field, you contribute him to special summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand. So that's why we run 3 copies of Kaiba Man. This is what really helps the deck out a lot, because Kaiba Man is going to help you bring out your Blue Eyes directly from your hand to make sure that you don't brick or get a clogged hand. Alright, and then for the tech cards. So for Shining Angel, Kaiba Man is not the only target. You've got your DD Warrior Lady. You've got your Exile Force, which can be brought out using Reinforcement of the Army or Rhoda. And then you've got Sengen to be able to search for these 2 guys, or Kaiba Man if you need to. Alright, so that's it for the monsters. Let's move on to these spells. So I do know it says Poly. These are supposed to be Metamorphosis. Metamorphosis can be somewhat pricey, so I'm playing this as Metamorphosis for her. This is what's going to allow you to go into Dragoon, because if you use the Mecha Beast mode Fulseer Dragon, that's going to let you go into King Dragoon because it is a level 7, so you're using Metamorphosis to tribute from your extra deck to go into the level 7. And then 1 copy of Stamping Destruction. She runs 2 MSTs in here, so this is kind of like a 3rd MST, especially for Dragon types, and it kind of slaps your opponent for 500 points of damage. Wingbeat of Giant Dragon. This is going to send all monster cards back to the opponent's hand when she summons a monster that is a level 6 or higher, which is her Blue Eyes and her Tyrant Dragon. And then she has 2 Reinforcements of the Army. This is going to let her get Kaiba Man, this is going to let her get Exile Force, and this is going to let her get DD Warrior Lady. Then you have Warrior Returning Alive. This will bring back the Warrior-type monsters, Exile Force, DD Warrior Lady, and Kaiba Man. And then, like I said, 2 MSTs. This is just back row. And then Graceful Charity and Pot of Greed. This is your main draw cards. She does not have Delinquent Duo in here because Delinquent Duo is very expensive. The one that I have is like busted. It's not that in not the best condition, and even then that was about $13-15. So yeah, she is playing Pot of Greed and Graceful Charity, so she at least has the draw power. and then 1 Lightning Vortex to be able to destroy discarding a card, which can put those Blue Eyes into the graveyard. 1 Nobleman of Crossout, and 1 Swords of Revealing Light, because she still likes playing Swords of Revealing Light. And then that's it for the spells. Let's move on to the traps. So we have Ring of Destruction, probably one of the best trap cards in the GOAT format. Be able to pop your opponent's monster or your monster and do direct damage to them. And then you have Call of the Haunted. This is going to allow her to bring back her Blue Eyes White Dragon or any other monster that she has. Skill Drain. Skill Drain is very useful, actually, in this deck, because with Skill Drain, you pay 1,000, and you can negate all monster effects on the field. So what that's going to allow you to do is, if you have a Fulsar Dragon. Fulsar Dragon is going to be normal summoned. Now, this is going to shut off its effect, making it go back up to 2800 beat stick. That's why it's actually a very, very good card. And it does shut a lot of the opponent's effects off. And then we have Mirror Force to destroy everything on attack position, Torrential Tribute, and her personal favorite, Magic Cylinder. I do eventually want to get a Labyrinth of Nightmare version of this. The one that I have in my binder is from Invasion of Chaos. That's from the reprinted, but I would love to get a Labyrinth of Nightmare secret rare version of this. And then lastly, for her fusion deck, she does have a fusion deck. She has 3 copies of King Dragoon. Dragon-type monsters cannot be targeted by effects, spell or traps, and once per turn, you are allowed to bring back a Dragon-type monster from your graveyard and special summon it. So it's very, very useful. One of the best cards in this deck, because it's actually great to be able to play with an actual fusion. This is really the only fusion that you're going to need if you're playing a Blue Eyes deck, unless you're playing with a Cyberstein OTK, which in that case you can have a Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. But in the meantime, this is probably one of the best cards, because it makes Dragon types be unaffected by effects and stuff and spells and traps, and it does allow you to special summon back from the graveyard. Alright, so that's going to be it for this deck profile. I hope you enjoyed it. This is a very fun deck to play against, because it's just funny to see the Blue Eyes actually have a little bit of support even back then in the GOAT format era, and just all in all being able to bring out these 3000 beat sticks and being able to just, run them over, because they can't really do anything. And Fulsar Dragon is such a great tech card, because with Skill Drain it makes it go back up to 2800, and it's also fodder for your Metamorphosis. Alright, so that's going to be it for this deck profile. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And I do plan on doing another GOAT format deck profile for you. It's going to be a Archfiend deck, a Terra King Archfiend deck, more of like the Checkmate theme deck. And it's going to be just more fun. It's a tech deck. It's just meant for fun, even though you can make it competitive. So look out for that. And with that, see you guys next time. Later.